Let us dive into week 11, all about exponential smoothing. Today, we will explore how to smooth and forecast time series data using a real airline passenger example. We are going to see its trends, prepare the data, and build our very first forecasting models together. Let us begin. Week 11, Exponential Smoothing Techniques. In this lesson, we will learn about exponential smoothing using the famous airline passengers dataset. You will discover how to handle time series data, prepare it for analysis, and build simple forecasting models. Let us get started. Running the cell now. First, we will set up our data and begin exploring. Are you ready? Try to type the next code block with me. Let us start by setting up our data. We will download the airline passengers dataset and get our first look at it. We add a comment to show we are loading the airline passengers dataset. We turn off warning messages to make things look cleaner. We import pandas, a library for handling tables of data. We import matplotlib to help us make plots and charts. Import numpy as np. We set the random seed to 42 for reproducibility. This line gives us the web address where our CSV data is stored. We load the data. The month column will become our index to help with time series work. Let us check the shape of the table to see how many rows and columns there are. We peek at the first 3 records so you can confirm what the data looks like. We plot the number of passengers each month so you can see how it changes over time. Running the cell now. The output confirms that our dataset has 144 monthly records from 1949 to 1960, each with a single column for passenger counts. Notice the gradual increase in passengers over time, which sets the stage for applying exponential smoothing to capture trends and seasonality in this time series data. This initial exploration ensures our data is properly formatted and ready for forecasting analysis. What do you notice about the trend in the passenger numbers? Try to explain aloud. Let us get familiar with the data before we dive into smoothing and forecasting. Understanding the dataset. Our dataset records the number of passengers each month from 1949 to 1960. This is a classic example of time series data. Time series data means each record is linked to a particular point in time. Running the cell now. We want to make sure there are no missing values before any further analysis. Let us label this section so we know we are searching for missing data. This shows us if there are any cells in the dataset that do not have a value. It is important to spot these early. Running the cell now. This output shows that there are 0 missing values in the passengers column, meaning the dataset is complete for every recorded month. This is important in time series analysis because consistent, gap-free data ensures accurate trends and patterns over time. It confirms our dataset is reliable for exploring passenger growth from 1949 to 1960. If you see zeros, that means we do not have missing data. If you see other numbers, make a note, we might need to fill or remove those. Now we will get a quick overview of the whole dataset with some summary statistics. This comment lets us know the next code block summarizes our dataset in numbers. This command gives us common metrics like average, smallest, largest, and a few others for our passenger data. Running the cell now. This summary shows key statistics about the monthly passenger counts over the entire dataset, highlighting a total of 144 months recorded. Notice the wide range between the minimum, 104, and maximum, 622, passengers, indicating seasonal variation or growth trends. These stats help us get a quick sense of data distribution before diving deeper into time-based patterns. Let us smooth our plot by looking at the average number of passengers for each 12-month window. We leave a comment so you know this plot is a moving or rolling mean, showing longer trends. This draws a line where each point is the average over 1 year. It makes patterns easier to spot. Running the cell now. This plot shows the 12-month rolling mean of passengers, smoothing out short-term fluctuations to highlight long-term trends. Notice how the curve gradually rises, reflecting the overall increase in passengers over the years. This helps us understand seasonal patterns and the upward trend in this time series data. Try to explain how the rolling average line is different from the original plot. Which one makes trends clearer for you? Let us talk about smoothing, what it means, and why we use it in forecasting time series. What is exponential smoothing? Exponential smoothing is a simple way to forecast future values in time series data. It works by giving more weight to recent observations. This makes our predictions react more quickly to changes. Running the cell now. Let us build our first forecasting model. We will use simple exponential smoothing. We will split our data into a training set and a test set. We comment that we are about to use simple exponential smoothing. Here, we import a special tool to help us apply smoothing techniques easily. We make a training set using all but the last 12 months. That lets us test our model on real, unseen data. The remaining 12 months are saved for testing how well our model predicts the future. We set up a simple smoothing model using just the training passenger numbers. Now we fit the model. The smoothing level of 0.5 means the most recent value counts for about half the prediction. We turn off optimization for now to make things clear. We ask the model to forecast the next 12 months, just like what is in the test set. We make a bigger plotting window so everything fits. We plot our training data in blue. Our test data is drawn so we can compare real and forecasted numbers. We add the forecast, coloring it orange so it stands out. Adding a legend tells us which line is which. We show the plot title for extra clarity. This displays the graph with all 3 lines so you can see how well our simple smoothing does. Running the cell now. The output shows a plot comparing the historical passenger data, train, the actual future values, test, and the forecast generated by simple exponential smoothing in orange. Notice how the forecast smooths the train data and closely follows the recent trend, reflecting the model's intent to give more weight to recent observations for better short-term predictions. The warning indicates that the data's time frequency was inferred, which is important for time series modeling but doesn't affect this visualization. Try adjusting the smoothing level and see if you can make the forecast line hug the real data more closely. Now, let us explore the different types of smoothing you can try. Types of exponential smoothing. There are 3 main types: simple, double, and triple, which is also called Holt-Winters exponential smoothing. Simple works best when your data has no big trend or repeating pattern. Double is for data with a steady rise or fall. Triple is for when you have both a trend and a repeating seasonal pattern, such as monthly sales or weather. Running the cell now. Our previous model did not handle trends well. Let us now try double exponential smoothing, also known as Holt's method, which adds support for trend. We add a new comment to show we are building a model that can capture trends. We import a tool that lets us use more advanced smoothing techniques. Now we set up our model with a trend. Add means the trend can climb or drop over time. Here we train our model to learn from the patterns in the training data. Now we predict the next 12 months using this new, smarter model. We open up a new plotting area so lines do not overlap with old ones. Draw the original training part. Draw the real test months. Draw our Holt forecast in green to keep things clear. Finish by adding a legend so you can tell which line is which. Put a title to describe what this plot shows. Now you can see if this new model tracks the rising trend better than before. Running the cell now. This plot shows the forecast from Holt's linear trend method, which incorporates a trend component to better capture upward or downward movement in the passenger's time series. Notice how the green forecast line smoothly extends the trend observed in the training data, aligning closely with the actual test values. This confirms the code's intent to model and predict series with a trend using double exponential smoothing. Do you notice a difference compared to the simple smoothing model? What situations in real life can you imagine where trend is important? Now our last model left out seasonal patterns, like cycles or repeating peaks. Let us try triple exponential smoothing, which can handle both trends and seasonality. This comment tells us we are about to use the full Holt-Winters method that detects cycles as well. We set up the model to look for both a trend and a repeating pattern that repeats every 12 months. We train our triple smoothing model so it can spot both the rise and fall and the repeating cycles. Let us forecast the next year using this most advanced smoothing method. We clear the plot window to make space for this new chart. Show all training values as before. Add the true test year to see how closely we forecasted. Draw the Holt-Winters forecast in bold red. Complete with a legend to know which line is which. Give your plot a title so you understand its meaning at a glance. Now look at the curves. The red line should follow both the general rise and the repeating ups and downs from year to year. Running the cell now. The plot shows the Holt-Winters triple exponential smoothing forecast, capturing both the upward trend and the seasonal pattern of monthly passenger data. Notice how the red forecast line closely follows the repeating yearly peaks and troughs, demonstrating the model's ability to account for seasonality with trend. This aligns with the lesson's intent to use triple smoothing when data exhibits both trend and seasonal effects. Which smoothing method do you think worked the best for this dataset? How do we know which model is best? Let us compare the three using a simple error measure called mean squared error. Our comment introduces model error measurement. We import a tool to help us compute errors between predictions and true values. Let us find the error for the simple exponential smoothing forecast. Find the error for the double smoothing, or Holt, forecast. Finally, we check the error for the triple smoothing, or Holt-Winters, forecast. This prints the error for the first model as a tidy number. Here we print how the double smoothing did. Finally, we show the error for our triple smoothing model so we can compare all three at a glance. Running the cell now. Here, the mean squared error, MSE, quantifies how well each smoothing method forecasts passenger numbers. Notice that simple smoothing has the highest error. Holt improves the fit by accounting for trends, but Holt-Winters dramatically lowers the error by capturing both trend and seasonality. This highlights why choosing the right type of exponential smoothing depends on the data's characteristics. Look at the numbers. The smallest error means the best fit for our test data. You are ready to try a small hands-on project. Mini project, forecasting next year's airline passengers. Using what you have learned, try to forecast passenger numbers for the next 12 months beyond our dataset. Visualize the projected future. Running the cell now. Try this yourself, or follow along as we do it together now. Let us forecast 1 year into the future using all our data now. We will also add our forecast to a chart. Our comment reminds you we are looking ahead beyond the data. We fit the best model to all data, including both trend and seasonality, for stronger predictions. Now we train our model using every observation available. We forecast the next 12 months. These are the months we have never seen before. Set up our plot so we can compare the forecast with the historical data. Plot all data we have, labeled as historical. Add the predicted passenger numbers for the future in purple to highlight them. The new dates are created for the next 12 months. Here we add a legend so the two lines are easy to interpret. Give the chart a title that tells us what the lines represent. Show the whole chart so we can see whether our forecast makes sense. Running the cell now. This plot shows the historical airline passenger numbers along with a 12-month forecast extending beyond the dataset, highlighting the model's ability to capture both trend and seasonal patterns. Notice the smooth upward trend and repeating seasonal peaks in the forecast, which reflect the additive trend and multiplicative seasonality specified in the model. This visualization confirms how the exponential smoothing method helps project future values based on past data, fulfilling the lesson's goal of forecasting next year's passengers. Do the forecast numbers look reasonable based on past trends? Try changing the color or forecast length for practice. Before you dive deeper, here are a few practical tips for better time series forecasting. Tips for better time series forecasts. Always visualize data first. Check for missing, duplicate, or odd values. Try different models and parameters. Understand that models may not work if data patterns shift or change suddenly. Running the cell now. Now it is your turn. Try entering different values for the smoothing level when prompted. See how your forecast changes. Our comment invites you to try new model settings yourself. We use a try statement to safely get input from the user. We ask you to type in a number for the smoothing level between 0 and 1. This controls how quickly your forecast responds. We prepare the simple exponential smoothing model. We fit your custom model using the value you just entered. We use your model to predict the next 12 months. We plot the true test data so you can compare. We plot your model's forecast, giving it a custom label that shows your chosen value. Let us add a legend so lines are clearly labeled. Give the plot a meaningful title. Show your forecast on the screen. If you type something that is not a number in the right range, this catches the error so the code does not break. Print a helpful message asking you to try again using a number between 0 and 1. Running the cell now. The plot shows the actual test data alongside your chosen simple exponential smoothing forecast using the specified smoothing level, alpha. Notice how different alpha values affect the forecast's responsiveness to changes in passenger counts, helping you see the impact of model tuning on prediction smoothness and accuracy. This hands-on visualization reinforces the lesson's emphasis on experimenting with model parameters to improve time series forecasts. Experiment with different smoothing levels to see which gives the closest forecast. If you like these hands-on exercises, hit like and subscribe so you do not miss future lessons. Let us wrap up by summarizing the topics we explored today. Our comment marks the recap section. We make a simple list of things we learned in this lesson. We use a for loop to print each topic one by one. The code prints out each topic so you can see our journey step by step. Running the cell now. This output lists the key topics we've covered in the lesson, summarizing the journey from setting up data to applying smoothing techniques and evaluating models. Notice how each step builds on the previous one, reinforcing best practices for accurate time series forecasting. This recap helps connect the code and concepts to the overall goal of improving your forecasting skills. Which topic were you most interested in? Let us know in the comments. Congratulations, you completed this week. Congratulations! You finished week 11. Keep practicing. Try other datasets, experiment with parameters, and challenge yourself. If you found this lesson helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe for more data mining tutorials. Running the cell now.